don't think they made the tow truck that can take you out. And the tow truck driver is in trouble. Thank God for his mercy. And all who have made their way to the house of worship. I told Nathan, King Weekend is my favorite Sunday. More than Easter, more than Christmas. I love MLK, everything that stands. So I'm excited to be in the house of the Lord this morning. All hearts and minds are clear. Let us go to the Lord in prayer. Father God, we thank you for this day. And we thank you for this place and for these people. Most of all, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ. Thank you for looking beyond our faults and meeting us at our needs. It's me, oh Lord. It's all of us this morning standing in need of prayer. I would ask that you would look not just at our hearts this morning, but at the conditions that are surrounding us. Continue to keep your hedge of protection around us, protecting us all from seen and unseen things. We thank you for Sister Young and her ability to emerge from what could have been a disastrous situation. We thank you for those who have made it back safely and traveling. Thank you for those who are going through the period of mourning. We ask that you comfort them in this hour. Lord, we pray for our nation. Continues to make her way through a racial reckoning that is making its way into every hall of power and cracking space of government, seeking to destroy, bring out the worst that is in us. God, I believe that you are still able. I believe you have the power to change hearts, minds, and circumstances. So Lord, do that in this nation. We lift up our brothers and sisters around the world who are suffering from devastation and violence. Lord, bring your justice on them. Allow them to emerge victorious. Allow the hand of Slayton to be put to bed. Lord, this life is one you've given us to make the best of. Lord, many of us are trying. But we need you. We need you now more than ever. We need you to show up, not just in our homes, but in our communities, in our churches. Lord, begin to reign your power. It's called us to walk upright. Make us act more like you in public and in private. We represent you wherever we go. Lord, I ask this, Lord, that you not leave us. Then in the spirit of the Holy Spirit, I ask you to show up in this place mightily this morning. Loose the tongues, hands, and feet that want to worship you with some reserve. Allow us to open our mouths with total praise. Give you thanks for our presence here on this morning. Lord, it's so good to be in the service just one more time. So swing down to the church. Let us ride this morning. Let us ride on the wings of the prayers of generations that came before us, encouraging us to run the race with patience. You know, we're still in the run the race, but we're not tired yet. I believe we've come too far to turn around. So come here, Holy Spirit. Have your way in this place. We will give you all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory. In the name of to do nothing. He's credited with that, but turns out he was not the originator of such eloquent thought. Apparently, he never even uttered those words. He was asked a brother by the name of John Stuart Mill, who in 1867 put it this way: "Let not anyone pacify his conscience by the delusion that he can do no harm if he takes no part and forms no opinion. Bad men need nothing more to compass their ends than that good men should look on and do nothing. He is not a good man who, without a protest, allows wrong to be committed in his name, with the means which he helps to supply, because he will not trouble himself to use his mind on the subject." As it was with Burke and Mill, so it is with Dr. King and Edmund Burke. Separated by a few decades, but equally prophetic in their attempts at interpretation of Mill's words. King put it this way: "The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over such by good people." I want to preach from the subject this morning, if you will, with that being my text. It's not sacrilegious. I want to preach from the subject, the ultimate tragedy of a mountaintop experience. The ultimate tragedy of a mountaintop experience. Such words that King speaks here, they seem so apropos. As I look at the world around us and the vocation in particular which God has called me to serve. In the face of a roaring white nationalist and supremacy movement, drunk on the vile and lowered expectations of one from their own ranks, we must not allow America to let our nation be defined by hate groups and small-minded folk that are determined to destroy us based on some superficial dividing of the lines. Dr. King says to such thought that shallow understanding from people of goodwill is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding from people of ill will. As I stand before you this morning, I'm extremely concerned that the future awaiting us will be impacted by a generation coming behind us that has a shallow understanding of the story, the sacrifice, the power, and the witness that emerged from the black pulpit. That this generation has been lured into the seduction of instant success and pursuits of materialism. And as a result, many of them are now doing the work of the oppressor with a smile on their faces because they got a few coins stacked up in the bank. They're more dangerous, King says, than any white opposition, because they become the deflection when racial prejudice decides to vomit its inequality on us all over again. Yes, these are dangerous black souls. We must be on the lookout for, as they move about in their ignorance, they are like wolves in sheep's clothing. You see them on C-SPAN or CNN as they step into the frame and take the floor on the House Capitol floor, as they invoke the names of our great leaders, King and Frederick Douglass, all in an attempt to give cover to the elevation of folks like McCarthy. It was important for King to have his people recognize the need to work in cooperation toward that eradication of injustice. I found, and I'm more convinced today than I've ever been in my life, that the lifeblood of injustice lies in the complacency of good men. civil rights movement forward, King spoke of a struggling people with whom all of his followers could identify, whether they were to church or not, that they could connect to that story. His individual followers began to shape their work and their actions around those that were written about in Scripture. Now, what's interesting to me is that throughout all of this working, King does not realize he's walking the same path as Moses. Yes, as black folk, we interpret the Scriptures written in Exodus. We believe that if God can unify and bring those folks out of slavery, then surely he could bring racial equality to these yet to be United States of America. And so King knew that in order for the movement to be successful, the appeal to his people had to be one of unification. Divided people, divided church, and divided family will never be able to withstand the winds and storms of this life, because they'll always settle for mediocrity. You can't get out of your own way to help the movement go forward. King is wrestling with this. He's leading through this, and I'm certain that after constant repetition of trying to stay the course, calls